quick update. The total man hours spent on the project as of Friday was 977 man hours. Again, another good week with no incidents. The current phase that they're in, they're still working on the back wall on Ashland. The back wall now is fully 100% drilled. They've done 100% of the prep for the shotcrete. They're 100% complete with the micropile and the capping. So that's good. They're making incredible progress. With South Carpenter, they started the back wall drilling 100%, and with the shotcrete, they are 100%. So the current project complete for just that site, they're basically 34% complete. So that's pretty good progress because the same time last week, they were at, last week on the 21st, they were only at 19% complete. So they made a big leap. They're really working hard out there. The current projected completion date now is actually bumped up to October 20th. Previously, it was based out and projected to be October 28th. So they're steadily shaving off time, and we've already started to realize some additional cost savings. They've been able to shorten the length of even just the slope stabilization, the length of the shotcrete wall, and other things. So it's one of those things that you don't know what you don't know, and that's good. That since we're hoping that we can get a reimbursement from VDEM. I will say that, as you all know, we encountered immense utility coordination difficulties with this phase of the project with doing this area. We actually lost 60 crew hours to utility coordination efforts with the gas companies and overhead utilities. And so far, we've only lost 2 crew hours to weather, which is not bad. They can pretty much work as long as there's not lightning or like massive downflow of rain. One thing I will say, I've asked them, given the frequent rains that we've been having, and we've been starting to have some good downpours, they do make sure each day when they leave the site that they secure it and that it is stabilized, so nothing's kind of left just loosely sort of in play. Everything is at least secured, and they leave things where, if they're working on a row securing that segment of soil, that segment is finished before they leave for the day, so nothing's just left to potentially shift or fall. And as I mentioned previously with Mallow, unintended landslide, we're continuing in-house to monitor that at least once to twice a week with driving past, getting out of the vehicle, and making sure it doesn't start to further slip. In the event that we may have to shift mobilization over to Mallow sooner, just given the rains that we've unfortunately seem to have had lately. Yesterday was quite significant as well. The other thing I'd like to update you on, since you asked, just recently, citizen requests, just some trending citizen requests. One of the things that we've had recently, of course, no-brainer, we've gotten a lot of calls just on the traffic flow in the Ashland Carpenter area. Those have kind of started to dip off. We've had a strong uptick in property maintenance calls, namely around grass. And the other thing that we've had calls on, and I wanted to bring it to you all's attention, is the statue that is down at the county courthouse. We've gotten significant calls in my office about that over the last 2 to 3 weeks, as well as some of the signage that is on our gateway entrances, with some residents having concerns on both of those pieces. So that's all I had at an impromptu moment. Is there anything else that you guys want to ask me? Oh, I do know that there was some confusion with the Rayon Bridge inspection. That's pretty much just an automatic scheduled effort. So it was kind of that they were just planning to come, and we just put the cursory notice out. Upon review, we realized the adverse impacts that doing a bridge inspection at the same time that it was scheduled for September 9th, which was the first day of school, as well as we're also still working on Carpenter. So it wouldn't be feasible to close the bridge or even just close one lane and then have one lane temporary road on Carpenter. So we have worked to postpone it. We're working to reschedule a date for the Rayon Bridge inspection. We've also communicated that need to VDOT. We were also just concerned that if we shifted all the traffic over to Carpenter, the safety for motorists as well as those working at the work site, because of the high volume of traffic that would be going through on a temporary road. So we have postponed the bridge inspection at this time.
So the the timeline on the Mallow Road project. Will the Carter Drive project be completely finished when they move to Mallow Road?
That is the intent. However, if the conditions deteriorate such that it's necessary to prevent further damage on Mallow, we may have to switch mobilization and just go ahead and start working on Mallow, because it is kind of precarious right there with the way that landslide fell out from underneath the shelf of the road. So we're monitoring it. They're also prepared and aware that they may have to do that. It's just to then, you know, in the long run, save costs. You don't want the road to fully wash away. So we're actively monitoring that.
Is that road will be completely shut down for that project?
It'll have a segment closed, but luckily where the segment is where they'll do the landslide work and the slope stabilization, there's no home directly across from it. So it will maybe impact local traffic the most, because it's really not an ideal route for commercial traffic. I mean, you do see some commercial vehicles that go through there that, for whatever reason, just aren't familiar with the area, but it is not a heavily traveled area. It's mostly local traffic. So it will be closed, but it will be, you know, there's no homes across the street or anything like that, so there's no right-of-way acquisition that we'll be working on or anything